Donald Trump recently got himself into a mess about Gold Star families and whether he's written letters to them or called them. And then he lashed out against President Obama and former presidents. I have an update on that story for you guys. And if it wasn't so disturbing, it would be funny. But before we go to the update, in case you didn't see, there's the context of when it was first brought up. They asked him about 4 service members who had died in Niger in an ambush by ISIS, and whether he'd reached out to them and why he's not talking about it. And this was his initial answer.
President, why haven't we heard anything from you so far about the soldiers that were killed in Niger, and what do you have to say about
I've written them personal letters. They've been sent or they're going out tonight, but they were written during the weekend. I will, at some point during the period of time, call the parents and the families, because I have done that traditionally.
I have done it, but they'll go out later. But I will do it, and I have done it. As soon as I saw that clip, if you guys saw that edition of the Young Turks, I told you that's nonsense. He hasn't done it. If he had done it, he would have just said, "I did it. Are you crazy? I did it really great. It was a beautiful letters and beautiful calls that I had made to them." It was obvious he hadn't done it. I've got the facts on that for you in a second, but let me show you one more where he equivocated.
Traditional way, if you look at President Obama and other presidents, most of them didn't make calls. A lot of them didn't make calls. I like to call when it's appropriate, when I think I'm able to do it. They have made the ultimate sacrifice. So generally, I would say that I like to call. I'm going to be calling them. I want a little time to pass. I'm going to be calling them. I have, as you know, since I've been president, I have.
I have and I will, but I've sent the letters. I've sent the letters and the calls when I can, when I'm not busy golfing, okay? So, did he actually send the letters? All right, here comes the hilarious update from HuffPost. Multiple families of military service members killed in the line of duty are now getting rush-delivered letters from President Donald Trump, days after Trump claimed he had called the immediate families of all service members who had been killed since he took office in January. In other words, for the billionth time in a row, caught with his hand in the cookie jar, going, "Oh, okay, yeah, letters, yeah, of course. I wrote the letters. I already wrote them. I'm going to write them, and I'm going to write." And of course, he doesn't write any of the letters, is my best guess. Anyway, he sends them out in a panic. More details. The Atlantic reported Saturday that their reporters had spoken to 3 Gold Star families who received condolence packages from the president this week. Funny coincidence. The Associated Press reported it had reached out to families of all 43 people who have died in military service since Trump became president, but only made contact with about half the families. Some families told AP they were comforted by Trump's call, while others hadn't heard from the president at all. A couple of specific instances here from the AP. The family of Army Sergeant Jonathan M. Hunter, who died in a suicide bombing in Afghanistan in August, was promised a call from the president, but instead heard from Vice President Mike Pence. Brittany Harris, the widow of Army Specialist Christopher Michael Harris, who also died in Afghanistan in August, said she had not heard from the president either. Associated Press identified at least 2 other Gold Star families who had wanted but did not receive a call from the president. I get it. I mean, I kind of did it, didn't do. Okay, fine, I'll send it now. And he can't help himself. Nonetheless, here he is doubling down.
That question, and for the most part, to best of my knowledge, I think I've called every family of somebody that's died, and it's the hardest call to make, and I said it very loud and clear yesterday. The hardest thing for me to do is do that. Now, as far as other representatives, I don't know. I mean, you could ask General Kelly, did he get a call from Obama? But I have called, I believe everybody, but certainly I'll use the word virtually everybody, where during the last 9 months something's happened to a soldier. I've called virtually everybody. I've gone to Dover.
Virtually everybody. The guy has no bounds at all, man. You think we can't see the date on the letters? You think that the reporters aren't going to call the families and ask them, "Hey, did you get a call or did you not get a call? Did you get a letter or did you not get a letter?" He doesn't care about you. If it's about him and his ego, okay, fine, he'll do something. If not, he's not going to do it. And so he only sent those letters in a rush because his hand again caught in the cookie jar. If it wasn't, God knows if he would have ever sent them. TYT membership gets you commercial-free Young Turks. Download it, stream it, podcast it, get all the network shows, and support independent media. TYTnetwork.com/join.